It's been said a bard's life can often be a hard life, or hill and jail to rove and always move from town to town. And some folk have inquired if ever we grow tired of ranging all around the world and never settling down.
But one should be a little wary of remaining stationary, 'cause comfortable is lovely, but it's not the way we grow. When life starts to unravel, pick up your pack and travel. You'll find a strange serenity in places you don't know. Wriggle-dee-dum-dee-too-da-terry-o-dee. There's so much to see beyond the open door. It's outward bound we go. Who knows what we'll find that we've never found before. Adventures waiting further down the road. It's waiting for you further down the road. You've got no map for showing which direction you are going.
But why start on a journey if you know where it will end?
And once you recognize,
to anticipate surprise, you'll relish every twist and turn that lies around the bend. Wriggle-dee-dum-dee-too-da-terry-o-dee-da-dee-da-dee. There's so much to see beyond the open door. It's outward bound we go. Who knows what we'll find that we've never found before. Adventures waiting further down the road. It's waiting for you further down the road.
The world has got its demons. There are many reasons why you'd find it harder to be brave than be afraid.
But every life could use some danger. Every friend was once a stranger. Ships are safe in harbor, but that's not why ships are made.
Wriggle-dee-dum-dee-too-da-terry-o-dee, da-dee, a fwit-da-dee-da-dee. There's so much to see beyond the open door. It's outward bound we go. Who knows what we'll find that we've never found before. Adventures waiting further down the road. It's waiting for you further down the road.
Oh, it's been said a bard's life can often be a hard life, or hill and jail to rove and always move from town to town. And some folk have inquired if ever we grow tired of ranging all around the world and never settling down.
But one should be a little wary of remaining stationary, 'cause comfortable is lovely, but it's not the way we grow. When life starts to unravel, pick up your pack and travel. You'll find a strange serenity in places you don't know. Wriggle-dee-dum-dee-too-da-terry-o-dee. There's so much to see beyond the open door. It's outward bound we go. Who knows what we'll find that we've never found before. Adventures waiting further down the road. It's waiting for you further down the road. You've got no map for showing which direction you are going.
But why start on a journey if you know where it will end?
And once you recognize,
to anticipate surprise, you'll relish every twist and turn that lies around the bend. Wriggle-dee-dum-dee-too-da-terry-o-dee-da-dee-da-dee. There's so much to see beyond the open door. It's outward bound we go. Who knows what we'll find that we've never found before. Adventures waiting further down the road. It's waiting for you further down the road.
The world has got its demons. There are many reasons why you'd find it harder to be brave than be afraid.
But every life could use some danger. Every friend was once a stranger. Ships are safe in harbor, but that's not why ships are made.
Wriggly-dum-de-too-da-terrio-dee, dee, a fweet-dee-dee-dee. There's so much to see beyond the open door. It's outward bound we go. Who knows what we'll find that we've never found before? Adventures waiting further down the road. It's waiting for you further down the road. Adventures waiting further down the road.
Let's go!
Crafting, crafting, crafting with Shoshi and Cubby. What will we make today? What is the dice of the day? Crafting, creating, collaborating. What would an octopus say? Trivia questions, hooray! Creating, clickbaiting, can't hardly waiting for the crafting show. A crafting show with Cubby and Shoshi.
That's us!
Hey, welcome everyone to our show, the Crew-ation with Cubby and Shoshi.
Oh, that's not exactly what it says.
Oh, I can only read Crew-ation, and then in parentheses it says with C ... So I just assumed it was Cubby and Shoshi.
That was a very reasonable thing to assume.
But once again, I've made an ass out of you and Umption.
It is Crew-ation with Cubation and Shoshation.
Oh, that's so good! Oh man, I'm so glad that you corrected me, because the actual thing is way better than what I said.
I had a feeling you'd like it.
I really do. Can I show off one thing right away, and then I might need to show them off again, because I don't know if everyone is here who's going to be here. Anyway, these are the earrings that I was making the other day, the Shrinky Dink earrings. My weird little abstract art piece. I'm very happy with how it turned out. They look even better than I thought they would. I just wanted to congratulate myself.
That is merited, and
Oh yeah.
Thank you for congratulating yourself because those look great.
Yeah, I really like them. Yes, they're very lightweight. That's the best part about the Shrinky Dink earrings is they weigh almost nothing. So you can get real crazy with them. But I thought they might look a little too like I was a child and I cut up someone's Barbie dream house and then made them into earrings. But they look better than that. They look kind of like cool and abstract, and yeah, I'm pretty happy with them.
Yeah, I would say they definitely look like they were made with intention and vision.
Oh, so just some guy just said, I'm wondering about how somehow combining Shrinky Dink and 3D print. That would be great. I had I don't have any on me because they're using it in the show, but for a little while I was making furniture out of Shrinky Dinks, kind of like shaker furniture almost. So where I'd, make all the flat pieces, then put them together. Yeah, so yeah, combining it with 3D printing would totally work. That'd be so interesting.
Yeah, I imagine there's a lot of really cool things you could do. You could use the Shrinky Dink as a base.
Right. Yeah. And also you can if you get them at the right time when they come out of the oven where they're still warm, you can actually bend them and make them like rounded a little bit or like curve them a little bit so that you can make some pretty cool stuff with them. And adding the 3D pen is interesting.
Oh yes, the 3D pen is perfect because you can fill in little. Oh, that's exciting.
That'd be a fun combo.
Yeah, I really like that. I'm super excited.
Yeah.
So I don't really have anything too good that I'm working on or to show off, but I realized I'm not feeling this hat. So
yeah,
it's comfortable. That's why I was wearing it this morning.
But on camera, I assume, is there like a little fold up here?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and you can't see it, so it ends up looking. It's kind of big. It looks like a big blob on your head. Oh, that looks a little. No.
So,
yeah.
I'm also kind of like, what hat should I be wearing, everyone? Somebody tell me what hat to put on.
Oh, a bowler hat. A bowler hat.
That's all the way upstairs.
Oh, a hat that's close. A hat that's close by. A close by hat.
A close by hat. Actually, just some guy asked me about my rope making craft. And before I could answer, ginormous unicorn put in Kumihimo.
Our chat's so smart.
In a very searchable and copy pastable way. Ooh.
Nice.
Very nice. I also was getting some stuff ready for a talk show, which we haven't actually premiered yet, but I labeled a container talk club.
Hey. Oh, that's right. All the new things we introduced last week are still in effect.
And I have a bunch of slips of paper so I can add to it. Yes. So, because we love trivia, should we not tell people where we got the idea from Talk Club and see if anyone recognizes Talk Club?
Yeah. Who gets the reference? And when you do, we have a song for that.
I do have a tricorn nearby. Because that's a downstairs hat. Like a bowler is an upstairs hat.
Yeah, I can see that.
Although I'm looking over and one of my upstairs hats is down here. So It's just a system that's still in work.
Yes, great question, Sir Whitebat. What a nice transition you provided for us.
Yes,
To
and
go over the new things.
what a wonderful opportunity for me to go and change my hat.
While I talk about all the new things?
Yes, please.
I love that idea. All right, so we have what's the word for them? Incentives? No. Things. You know, the things that the chat can do, and then we do things. So we have, I can't remember what the name of the word, not nice. Oh, thank God you're back. I totally lost the train. I drove it right off the track. It's done now.
Okay. Well, that's good because I hated that train.
Yeah, it was a bad train.
It was a bad train. We've been needing to get rid of that train for a while.
Yeah.
Well, now it's 2 hats in. Okay, there. That's a good balance.
Yo, that is the hat. For sure.
Right. So, last week we finally debuted a few ways to spend your saintly points. On the stream, you can trigger a trivia card. You can trigger the trivia card that we keep referencing, but don't use all that often because it's so wonderfully horrible. You can also introduce a subject to Talk Club. Now, we'll be collecting the subjects in our Talk Club bucket. I might be upgrading. I kind of want to wait and see what kind of volume of topics we end up with first, but I thought I'd start small. And you know what? I'm going to fully explain how we're going to use Talk Club.
Oh, sweet.
Because I don't think I haven't gotten any messages from any of our friends that usually like to pop on, so I don't know that we're going to have a guest. But we're going to have a new rule, which is every time we have a guest pop on, we're going to pull out a topic from Talk Club, and we're all going to share our thoughts on whatever that subject is, as per the one rule of Talk Club, which is honesty.
Cubby, how do subjects get put in that Talking Club jar?
Well, you just go to your point thing and
your little treasure box.
Yeah, and you click on submit a topic for Talk Club. And I'm gonna what's a good topic?
Here, I just submitted one.
Oh, thank goodness. Oh, that's an excellent topic.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna write it down right now. Oh, wow. I almost wish we could talk about peanut butter right now. It's such a great topic, and I have a lot of thoughts.
I do too. But we gotta wait. We have to follow the rules.
We have to follow the rules of Talk Club. So we can't talk about it now. But now it's folded up. And who knows? Peanut butter might now be the very next topic we talk about in Talk Club, which is whenever that happens.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to be honest, kind of the idea is that we want to amass a huge amount of topics so that we just have a bucket full of very, very strange words from you wonderful people.
And then we force our guests to talk about whatever is on those pieces of paper.
Yeah, we're a little bit playing this is very much setting us up for joy later in life.
Yes, this is when the joy happens later, we can all think back in our minds to this moment right now and say, thank you, past selves, for providing us with such a rich tapestry of subjects to talk on. Thank you, Screaming Dragon. That is also an excellent topic. You know what? It might is that topic already in there? It doesn't matter. We can have multiple topics.
It is already in there.
Yes,
we don't have a rule against repeating topics.
No, that's great.
Ugh.
I'm excited for multiple cheese topics in there. And as you can see, it's pretty inexpensive to put in a subject. Right now, it's only 10 baubles. What do we call our points? Do we call them anything? We just call them saintly points.
Well, the channel calls them that.
Oh, okay.
So we could call them something different, but we'll probably forget that we decided to do that, and then we'll just
revert back to whatever
ourselves.
Yeah. Ugh. You know what?
Johnny on Twitch.
I have a lot of thoughts on that subject. I'd love to talk about it.
I just want to say my favorite part about this is that right now is the perfect time to talk about.
Right. And then who knows what we'll have to say about that subject when it finally gets pulled out. Who knows?
Exactly. It could be.
So many things. So many things could happen by then. I'm so excited.
I can't wait till I have misspelled one of our topics and we pull it out and we just don't know what the heck I tried to write. That's a good topic.
Ooh. I'm excited to hear whoever has to talk about. I don't know. I don't have much to say on that subject, but I'm excited to learn. Oh.
Streetly point. Well, you know what they say. A saint in the streets and a sinner in the sheets.
Yeah. I think that is what they say. You know what they say? Crafting in the streets. Creating in the sheets. Wait, that sort of works.
You know what they say? Cars in the streets. And then they just kind of trail off.
Mm-hmm. You know what they say? You can craft using water, but you can't drink a bridge when you've crossed it.
You can beat a dead horse to water, but you really, really can't make it drink.
No.
But you could maybe make a water bottle. Like a wine skin or something.
Yeah. And that would be creation. That's what I was going for.
Yes.
You get it? What? Now we need to know this name.
Yeah, Ginormous Unicorn. The first step to coming up with amazing band names is to say them out loud and know that there are just too many band names in the universe.
It is a really good band name.
Oh, yeah, that's...
Wow.
That's
really good.
That is...
I mean, you might have to start a band, Ginormous Unicorn.
I mean, Ginormous Unicorn, I gotta say, with that name, which is amazing, it's clearly got an 80s flair to it, so it's obviously going to have a lot of Smiths and Cure influence. Possibly a Smiths Cure Morrissey cover band.
Yeah. Yes.
I'm sorry. That last word, Reverend Tommy. I don't think I've ever seen that word in regards to starting a band.
Oh, whoa.
Excellent point. Yes.
Good topic, Sir Whitebat. Or no, wait, sorry, just some guy. I mixed them up in my brain. You're fine, Sir Whitebat, but you didn't just post a subject for Talking Club.
Yes, but also I want to see the album covers for Video Casket.
Oh, yes.
Actually, yeah. I would say if anyone is good at Photoshop, we should probably start spamming Ginormous Unicorn with album covers.
Fill the Discord. Fill the Discord with album covers for. And it's got to go in, like, some people have to do like their first album, and then somebody has to do like like their sophomore Jinx album, and then like when they tried to do like a psychedelic period, and then their comeback album. I want to see I want to see the life cycle of Video Casket.
Oh,
Casket.
Oh my goodness.
Whoa, somebody activated Talk Club.
Yeah, I'm gonna finish writing down a video game based off of a Ren Fair performer.
Oh yeah, that's a lot of words, but a great subject to talk about. And then I guess this is our first Talking Club. I'm so excited. Thank you, Johnny O Twitch.
Yes, so we started, I think we intended to explain that usage of points, and then we got distracted and wandered off the topic.
As we are wont to do.
We do that a lot, don't we?
Yes.
But we can be triggered into a talk club that's just Shoshi and I when somebody spends the points. We don't know if we're going to put like a set formal limit on that. Like maybe we can only do that once a show. Honestly, your feedback would be appreciated because we don't know what we're doing.
Yeah. Yeah, we don't. Is 1,000 points a lot? We don't know.
We don't know. We think it is, which is why we have it for the American Choco Group trivia cards, which are we will never get any of these right because they're too awesome.
Yeah.
Also, real quick, today's Trivial Pursuit du jour, the trivia card of the day is TV edition.
Nice. Most likely from like what, the 80s, 90s?
Very, very sharp, Shoshana. It is from the late 80s.
Oh, that'd be fun.
That
would be fun TV shows.
And I've pulled a topic out, and our topic is shoes.
Oh, what a great topic to talk about. Shoes. That makes me laugh. It's not a lot of points. Well, yeah, but Reverend Tommy, you've got like
you have all of the points.
You're like Bezos over there.
Yeah. I mean, thank you for contributing to the conversation, but Reverend Tommy, as the person with literally the most points in the channel, I find it hard to believe anyone has more points than you.
Oh my gosh.
So my point. I feel like so I'm in my 40s. And I'm like middle-aged now. And I'm like, do I need to change up my shoe game?
And the answer is yes, you do.
Like, I'm kind of like, in your 40s, aren't you supposed to like spend a little bit more on your shoes so they last a little longer? And they're not as cool, but you have nice, comfortable shoes. That should be the thing.
I totally agree. I think that's correct. Well, okay, so I've had a thing for a while where I won't buy or wear yes. Once you reach 40, only clown shoes.
Yeah. And by that we mean Crocs,
No.
which make great clown shoes. They're so bright and colorful. I love them.
Someone should make Birkin Crocs. No?
I mean, like isn't that what Birkenstock already does?
Well, no, they're different. They're two different companies. But you can make a Birkin Croc, which is a croc, I guess it'd be like the croc top part and then like the cork bottom of the Birkenstocks, or the plastic bottom of the Crocs with like the leather straps of the Birkenstock.
See, that's interesting. But the problem is, like, they're also meant for very different purposes. Because, like, Birkenstocks are just meant to be, like, very comfortable. You can, if you're going to be on your shoes all day, they're good for that. Whereas Crocs are boating shoes.
Right. And you wouldn't want to wear Birkenstocks on a boat because they're made of cork and then you would just float and that'd be real weird.
Yeah. There's also leather in there, and water and leather don't always mix.
Yeah.
So like, you definitely want to keep wearing your Crocs on if you're sailing your yacht.
Yeah. Thank you, just some guy.
I gotta say, I do love it way more now that I've seen it written out.
I was pretty happy when it came into my brain. But I've had a personal rule for myself regarding shoes for quite a long time, which is I won't buy shoes unless I can run from zombies in them. And it's a pretty good rule because like sometimes I like to wear heels, and you can still wear heels and run from zombies because you don't have to run that fast to run from zombies. You just have to be, faster than the slowest people. So it's not like I have to wear like athletic shoes all the time. Like I can still wear heels. I just have to be able to, a little bit run from zombies in them. It's been a pretty good rule.
Well, run from zombies is actually a great rule because you don't have to be fast, but your shoes do need to be reliable. You don't want to be wearing like a big heel that breaks on you.
Right.
Because then you're barefoot.
Yeah. Yeah. But recently, the older I get, the less I want to wear heels. Like, I like how they look, but I don't like how they feel. And I really like to be comfortable. So I've been looking for shoes that are like still cool and chic, sort of sleek looking, but don't have heels and are actually comfortable.
That is, I will say, my wife Liz generally likes a nice, reliable, minimalist flat, which seems like it should be the easiest thing in the world to find, right?
No, it's so hard.
Have you reconsidered rocket skates?
I mean, I always consider rocket skates.
Or those electric Heelys?
Yo, if they made them in my size, I would wear Heelys. But they don't make them in adult sizes.
So, Johnny O'Twitch, if I may, because I feel like we're on the same page with this.
We are, yes.
Is we're going for typical zombie movie. If you want to really peg it down, Romero zombies. Definitely not Army of the Dead with zombie cheetahs and cyborgs and alphas and whatever the heck else.
These are like the game Mall of America zombies.
Yeah.
Which, does anybody ever play that game? MAUL, Mall of America? Great board game.
Oh, I thought that was like a clever reference to Dawn of the Dead.
Oh, no. It is. The game is sort of based on that movie. It's a great game. So you're in a mall. It's a little bit like what do you call it? It's where like the map change, like you place the map as you play, so you don't know what everything looks like. And the goal is like typical, you know, you got to get a few supplies and get out. But the best part is two great things. One person is playing the zombies, so that's great. So like one of your teammates is moving the zombies around and playing them. And two, when you start the game, you start a timer for 2 hours in real time. And if you're not out of the mall in 2 hours real time, you die. The game ends. Like the game ends in 2 hours no matter what, which is great. So you know the game is only going to take 2 hours, and you have like a real life clock ticking to get you out of the mall. Very good board game.
That sounds awesome. Okay, first of all, Sir White Bat. That's actually a thing now. Just go onto Amazon and look up light up shoes, and they're going to be cheap and they're going to be terrible, but you absolutely will find shoes that light up in any adult size. Also, you can look up like light up light shoelace things, because there's actually some really nice looking embellishments that you can add to your shoes if you're looking for your shoes to light up. And also we got a follow.
Hey, thank you.
So a big thank you for Lindsay Noel Magic, who is super duper awesome and also
about to be famous.
Well, she just recently appeared on Penn and Teller Fool Us.
It's so great.
And I know that Natural 21's main game is on Tuesday nights, but if you're also looking for some good things to do on Tuesday nights, Lindsay Noel's Magic Story Time is also on Twitch.
Ooh.
So ultimately you're going to have to ask yourself, which one do I watch live and which do I live watch on the repeat?
As long as you watch both.
I am borderline insulted that you think we have not seen Warm Bodies. I mean, Zombie Romeo and Juliet, obviously, at least one of us has seen that, and Tromeo and Juliet. Because if we're getting into Romeo and Juliet horror movies,
but Cubby, let's tell them about mine, possibly yours, most recent favorite zombie movie that you told me about.
See, it's so tricky though, because you can't say anything about it.
Yes. Anyway, it's called One Cut of the Dead. It's great.
That's a great comment, though. I'm getting caught up on comments. Sorry.
Yeah, we had some good chats on fire today.
That is the best way to get rid of a Peter Jackson zombie.
Right.
But it doesn't get rid of them. It just means that every single body part you've chopped off is going to crawl around in a horrifying display of
blood soup.
Yeah, I mean, bonfires are good for... Oh, dang it! Somebody beat me to that Dead Alive reference.
Mm.
Of course it was Lindsay Noel.
But yes, One Cut of the Dead, highly recommend it. It's one of my favorite new zombie movies. I'm not going to say anything more because there's literally 3 like twists in it, and yeah, I can't say anything more about the movie. It's great.
like starting off watching the movie and ending watching this movie it's such an experience. It genuinely takes you places that I don't want to ruin for everyone, but, and this goes for everyone, it doesn't matter if you're into horror movies or not, you absolutely will get something out. I think it's amazing, but it's one of my it's like one of my favorite movies, honestly.
Ha.
That is amazing.
Gut-filled lawnmower. That's great. That's also a good band name, Gut-filled lawnmower.
Ooh.
Hmm.
I'm Lindsay Noel, I'm so excited for
Yeah,
you
you're gonna love
and
it.
Francis to see this movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, send me a text or a message or something after you've watched it, because I want to know your reaction. I love that movie.
Oh, also at some point we should put Lindsay's channel for the Magic Story Time, because our chat won't let it, like, blocks it out in the chat.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. So we'll
Because
give that
we have to put that in our chat, right?
Yeah. I think Tommy can do it for us. We'll figure it out.
Oh, and while we're promoting other awesome things from the awesome people we know, I have... Oh, just type the name without the link.
Perfect.
I will also do that from StreamYard, just to help out. Oh,
Wait, so a new subject? Is that what you're saying, Johnny?
yes. It looks like...
Additional subject. All right.
All right.
So we've talked about everything there is to talk about shoes. Boom.
Yeah. Well, I was...
Oh no, additional double talk club. Okay, so we have to talk about shoes and whatever this next subject is.
At the same time.
Yeah, I love it. I love layers. I'm all about more layers.
Yeah. Johnny O Twitch, you get us.
Yeah, you get it.
And I just pulled out another subject. But before... Oh, of course. Before I say that, I want to say, I know I've mentioned a few times that I'm now on the online show Thicket.
Yes.
And I feel like I have done a terrible job of trying to explain that at all.
What Thicket is.
Yes. So if anyone is interested in Thicket, I'm actually going to put a link for Altera Productions, which is runs it. Their Instagram, because they're actually posting a lot of stories and stuff today, which like do a really good job of kind of getting you up to speed better than I've been doing. So if you want to check out their Instagram today, their stories and their posts are, a lot of it is just going to be about what Thicket is and kind of getting used to the ideas.
Nice.
And I agree wholeheartedly. I love Altera.
Yeah, their stuff's really great.
And now we need to talk about shoes and also cheese.
Oh my gosh, amazing.
And then, Shoshi, I need your help with this decision. Do I put subjects back in?
Oh.
Or
no,
do we get rid of them?
I think we get rid of them once we've talked about them.
Because I also like the thought that it's like just unwieldy and terrible.
I do. I like that it's wieldy and terrible, but I think if we get repeats, I think that's on... I want to put that on the chat. So if they want to just have all cheese in there, that's their choice. Great points. I would like to talk about shoes and cheese.
I thought the Dutch was like an infamous cheese. I didn't realize, Johnny O Twitch, you meant the actual Dutch.
The actual Dutch people.
Like Yeah, like people living in the Netherlands.
I thought we were going to talk about like toe cheese. Sorry, was that too much? Are there any shoe companies in Wisconsin? I think there are.
That's a great solution, Reverend Tommy. If you liked the subject, you can always spend a point and have it put back in. That's clever.
That's
Thank
a good
you.
idea. Yes, I like that idea. There are several shoe companies in Wisconsin.
What would be the best shoe to make out of cheese? Well, it would be a slipper, right?
The best shoe to make out of cheese.
Maybe a cheddar, a cheddar croc.
You could be, or maybe you'd want. Would you want a harder cheese? Like a Parmesan?
I feel like it's not going to be structural.
You're right. It's a little too crumbly. Yeah, you need a cheese that is both. Oh, what about like a halloumi? That's sort of like memory foam.
Oh, you know what? I'm not familiar with halloumi.
Oh, you don't know halloumi? Oh my gosh, halloumi is the best cheese. It's a Greek cheese. It's I don't know what type of cheese you'd call it. It's like a young cheese. And you can grill it. So you can slice it and then grill it on the grill, and it is delicious.
Okay.
Depends on the weather. Right? Swiss, perfect. Yes, I'm loving all of this.
You know, that's actually a really good point, Sir Whitebat. I think a nice Parmesan insert would be nice.
Yeah. Or maybe like a Parmesan is the oh, I see. Yes, an insert. Yes, I agree. Yes.
The rind can be the sole.
Well, then maybe would like a Gouda work? So like with that thick rind and then the squishy Gouda?
I'm thinking like go all the way Parmesan rind sole and like a Gouda to cradle your arch.
Right. And then Swiss over the top for the ventilation.
I mean, brie is also kind of memory foamish.
And then string cheese for the laces. Aha.
We've done it. We've invented the perfect cheese shoe.
That's right. What the world needed. The one thing the world needed, a shoe made of cheese. We've done it, everyone. Good night.
Okay. Also, those cheese high tops are really cute.
Whoa. They are very cute.
I wanted to click on the link before I put the thing up, but
yeah, that's smart, just to make sure.
Those shoes are adorable.
Oh my gosh, they are very cute. They're cuter than I thought they would be. I like a cartoon cheese. Cartoon food in general is wonderful. I'm sure we all agree.
That's an excellent suggestion, Johnny O'Twitch, but it's more work, so we probably won't do it.
Right.
Also, we did keep the price point for suggesting topics very low.
I think we did it, everybody. I think cheese shoes, I think we did it.
Yeah. No, I'm proud of us.
Yeah, I am too. So what's everyone been working on? I'm still working on here, let me see if I can find. Oh yeah, so I've started working on what we were talking about last week. I'm repairing this jacket. It's turning into sort of a jacket of Theseus. It's just going to be all patches and embroidery by the time I'm done. But I'm working on that type of patching that I got told about last week, and it's looking pretty good so far.
Oh, is that the Shizuki?
I think that's what it's called.
I know I'm saying that wrong.
Yeah.
I downloaded some books on it though.
Yeah, but I'm still working on this side, but it's looking pretty good. I'm pretty happy with it.
Sashiko.
Yeah. Yeah, so I've been working on that a little bit during the week, and I feel like it's reinforced this jacket pretty well. Here, let me bring that back up again. Yeah, that's the better one. I still haven't filled it all in yet. I was just experimenting around with it. But I like the way it works, and I also like that it's oh, here, I've been working on this side too. That's a little Wait, there it is. Yeah, that's a little better.
Oh, that's kind of a close match. I wasn't sure if that was thread or where.
Oh yeah, so that's some thread. I'm still working on it because I did some quick repairs, and then I'm having to redo them. So, but yeah, I'm pretty happy with how that's turning out. That's what I've been working on.
Oh, I missed this cheese shoe comment.
Oh, very good.
I missed a few others too. We have very, very clever watchers. I like that.
Yeah. Our chat's real smart today.
That is lovely. I like how that's turning around. I have my Kumihime with me as always.
Nice.
Because it keeps me calm and happy. I am working on some costuming stuff for this week's Thicket.
Oh, cool.
I was actually able to use I don't want to give too much away. I want to be coy. But who I'm playing this week, I was able to use this character I had been building that I kind of put on the back burner for a while. So I'm very excited, and I will be showing off all of that next week.
After it's
costume bits.
Yeah. So you don't give anything away.
So I don't give everything away, and also I'm not done yet.
Gotcha.
So it'll kind of fall off.
I'm excited to see it when it's all done. It's also, and you can talk about this more when you're showing it off, but it also goes to show that if you have an idea for a craft and you are putting it off because you're there's no reason for me to make it, there will eventually be a reason. Just go ahead and make that cool thing you're thinking about.
Lunch is pretty awesome.
Delicious.
I'm a big fan of lunch. But here's the thing about crafting too. The stereotype is that if you're into crafting, you buy all sorts of stuff and then you don't always use it. So you always have all of the stuff, and then sometimes it's unwieldy, and it's oh no, you're starting another project, but you have other projects you haven't finished. But then I remember about what Umberto Eco said about libraries.
Go on.
Which is, you don't buy books just to read them. Some books you buy to read. Some books you buy to have on hand for that day when you know you will need it. So building a library isn't just about buying a book and reading it. Sometimes it's about buying a book that you're not going to read yet, and that your library should not be finished. It should have, possibilities and wonderful treasures for your future. And isn't crafting the same way?
Wow. Man, it's amazing how prescient Umberto Eco was.
It's amazing how smart that celebrated intellectual, considered maybe the smartest person on the planet. It's really surprising how many good ideas he's got. That sounds amazing, Sir Whitebat. I love cheddar. I love scones. I'm like, I want to know more about it. Is it sweet or is it more of a savory? Because I feel like apple and cheddar together can kind of go either way.
I made scones for the first time not too long ago, and they're great. They are so good, and I need to make some more, and they're not that hard to make. And you can just put anything in them, and they're delicious.
I
There
mean,
you
that's
go.
also
Yeah.
also
Yeah, I'm gonna make them a lot more.
that is true. You do want to make sure if you're not going to use something for a while that it's in a nice, safe place. But Lindsay Noel Magic brings up a great question, which is
Ooh,
what's
good
something that
question.
we have that we haven't actually done anything yet. And I'll say I have a number of books and kits for knitting and crochet, which I do fiber arts and I do sewing, so I've always wanted to know more about that. But it's always felt a little bit too overwhelming for me to get a good start. So I have like a couple of kits. I know exactly where they are too. But if I'm ever feeling brave enough to start knitting and or crochet, I have that on hand.
Nice.
I mean, biscuits are amazing as well. Like biscuits and scones are both amazing.
I like that like weird salty baking soda taste that they have.
This was a noble effort in to try to combine everything we've been talking about today.
If I had cross stitching abilities, I would cross stitch that on something.
Cross stitch is pretty easy to learn. I think you'd be quite the fierce cross stitcher.
Yeah, I thought about it. That maybe that's a project I should get into.
Bead embroidery.
Ooh, that's fun.
It looks lovely. And I'll tell you what, one time I was a costuming assistant on a show, and there was a vintage beaded dress that was real close to falling apart. So I spent a week reinforcing the beading. And this was 20 years ago, and I've never wanted to see another bead since. Also, it fell apart before the show opened. It just the base fabric just gave up. It like on the actress, it just like split into two parts.
It's rough.
Yeah, there was a lot of rot in the fabric. It was not as well maintained as it should have been.
I was in Girl Scouts for maybe about 6 months, and then I got bored and quit. It's more complicated than that, but anyway. But the one thing I learned in Girl Scouts was they taught us how to do like bracelet and ring making with wire and beads, and that is so super fun. And maybe I should get back into that.
I have always also wanted to know more about embroidery and actually friendship bracelets. I love chevron designs.
Oh yeah. I mean, the friendship, it's very similar sort of to Kumihimo. You're just doing it with your fingers instead of on a thing.
Yeah, I've dabbled a little, but like just put it down at some point and then don't think about it for a long, long time is
Yeah.
basically what happens.
Yeah.
Which is a very crucial gate that every craft I try to take up has to go through, which is at one point I'm going to put it down and not think about it for a while. And how long that while is will determine if I can remember what to do when I go to pick it up again.
And there's there's different types. So there's the type where like it's all like knots and you end up with something flat. And then there's the one where you kind of make loops and they all attach to your fingers and you like weave them, and that makes like more of a 3-dimensional shape.
Mm.
Oh yeah, there's Sir Whitebat said it in a better way than me. But they're fun. The thing with them though is they like, as opposed to Kumihimo, which sort of like has it all nice in a thing and you can sort of like put it down and leave. If you're doing it just the friendship bracelets with your fingers, it's sort of hard to stop halfway through and come back to it. I mean, you can, but it's a little bit harder.
Yeah. There's the thing. When I was a teenager, when I was quite young and a Boy Scout, I learned how to make lanyards, and I didn't stop.
Wait, are lanyards just friendship bracelets, but they call them lanyards because boys can't be friends?
Okay. Yes and no. They are technically of fiber. Like, if you want it, the technical designation of lanyard braiding is Senate braiding, if we're going by the Ashley Book of Knots designation, because lanyard knots are in the Ashley book. So I spent, more than a decade semi-obsessively making lanyards. So I got really good at it. And in fact, my little brag is that I think I know more about lanyards than anyone else on Earth.
Wow.
Because I've discovered a stitch. I did it long enough that I found a new way to do it. Discovered. I doesn't feel like I invented it, because when you're dealing with like knots and stuff, it kind of feels like it was always a possibility. That's also true. So there's plastic braiding. Senate braiding is thicker, and I don't know if I have any examples with an easy reach to show off, which was short-sighted of me. But there's two forms of plastic lanyard braiding, and one of them involves keeping a tension on the line, and that's the one that I put off learning for years because you can't just put it down. So I guess I've always known that about myself. That I can't trust myself to put a craft down and like pick it up.
Yeah, that's kind of why I don't do it except in like very specific settings.
Because friendship bracelets, the knot they use is actually it's one of the formative knots of macrame. So technically, friendship bracelets and macrame are actually far closer together than lanyards.
Wow.
And friendship bracelets.
What is interesting. Well, now you know. Thank God.
I'm gonna be honest, when I see things like tie downs, like strapping equipment, it's so tempting. I definitely have a lot of straps and buckles and stuff.
Oh yeah. That's a thing that's in your crafting closet that is like waiting to be used.
Oh yeah, like a bag of stuff like that.
Yeah. Yeah, that's cool. Those things are so good because like when you need them, they're hard to find. And if you don't already have them, you're like, well, I guess I can't do this project because this very important piece is missing.
Yeah, so this comment, like, okay, everything you say, Sir Whitebat, is true. But it's not the full story yet, because there's a lot more than just the square and the spiral versions. Those are the first step in Lanyards. But there's more.
Wagaba?
But it's also not very interesting or hard.
Oh.
Which is another. But lanyards are also what they call those things that just hang on your neck and hold like an ID card. Those are also called lanyards. And the braiding style is also called boondoggle. It's called Scooby-Doo in France.
What?
Yeah, they call it Scooby-Doo. But it's like all
No.
one word, and it's not spelt like the cartoon character, but it's clearly inspired by it.
No.
Yeah.
Wow. How?
How what?
Why is it
I don't know.
like what? They can't
just-
but it can't be related to the cartoon, right?
But how else do you get to the name Scooby-Doo?
I don't know. What does it mean in French?
It doesn't mean anything.
It's just like a scuba. It's like just a nonsense phrase, like
Yeah,
bloody
it's
blue.
like, what does boondoggle mean?
Fair.
It's just a thing. I mean, technically, it's like another word for government pork, but
Right.
Cobra Stitch is pretty badass. There's you know what? Can you keep it going for like 2 minutes?
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah, totally.
I think I can find my lanyards.
Oh yes, go do it. Yeah. Because we've got a lot of stuff going on about like what's a lanyard, what's going on. How do people feel about crafting memes? Does that fall under crafting? The reason I ask is because I think I'm gonna make a little. I'll post it in Discord. I just made a little something. Yeah, what's a Cobra Stitch look like? Is that the one that makes it kind of look like snakeskin? Did you find him?
I'm glad you asked.
Oh boy. Perfect timing.
So this is a bag of lanyards that I've made.
Wow.
So it does start quite simple. This is the spiral stitch. That got mentioned. Where's a good? I know I have a good Cobra Stitch in here.
Now, they call it a stitch, but it's not, there's no needles.
So
And
this
you're
is
not-
very ugly. But this is essentially what the Cobra Stitch looks like. And this is known as the butterfly.
Oh, so it's a Cobra Stitch because it's kind of like the hood of the Cobra.
Yeah, and in fact, you can make a nice cobra entirely out of it.
Stitch. That's cool.
Ah! Yeah! Okay, this is the Cobra Stitch. And this is what it looks like when you got a little cobra made out of it. And a very ugly little cobra. But a little cobra nonetheless. So, now, the spirals can get a bit more involved. Which is why I was saying there's actually quite a bit more to it. So these are all basically just keychains. And you can actually even get quite thick. Here's a nice rainbow I did. It's actually quite large because it's 12 working ends. Yes, GIMP. That's the other word. Thank you, Lindsay Noel Magic. Sadly, there is not also a G.I. Joe Stitch.
Oh, someone should invent one.
Okay, so you can see that, like, as you... Oh, here's a weird experiment that I did. So you can see that's the basic square stitch. And that's the basic spiral. And then you can add more colors in and more complexity. But you see how the colors move with the turn? Like one thing about all of the spirals is that the colors move with the shape. Well, I mentioned that I had a stitch that I know that nobody else knows, and it's this. Which, if you'll notice, the shape and the coloring are moving in different directions. In a way, it should be impossible.
But clearly it's not, because we're all looking at it.
Yes. So these are a few using that specialty stitch. That is a piece of knowledge that I have that I think no one else in the world has.
Wow.
And do you know how useful it is to know something that nobody else in the world knows?
Is it very useful?
No.
Oh.
No, it turns out it's not actually useful at all. Oh, here's another stitch.
Ooh, that one's cool. It's all spirally.
Yeah.
What do you call that one?
It's called a spiral. It's also called a lighthouse.
Yeah, that's cool.
I don't know. This is a technique that you will find in like rope work books. Like Ashley, I don't know what the designation in the Ashley Book of Knots for this is, but I'm sure it's in there.
I don't know if anyone's on the Discord, but I just put something in there that I made.
No, variegated coloring is very cool, but that's not how it's done. It's entirely in the stitch. And yes, Sir Whitebat, it does ultimately matter what you know that nobody else knows. And if that thing that you know is a lanyard's, a GIMP stitch. Look at this one. This is pretty.
Ooh, that one's cool. This is cool. I've heard you talk about these things, Cubby, but I've never seen them before. They look cool.
Thank you. I'm always a little convinced that it's just gonna bore whoever I'm talking with. Here's another very cool application.
Ooh, that one's cool.
Yeah.
Ooh, I like that one a lot. That's real sporty.
It is. I like it as well. And one day I will write down the instructions on how to do.
Oh, please do. That would be great. That would be fun to have like a Cubby crafting book. Be like, things I've learned.
Oh, this is the lanyard that you need to keep tensed. You need to keep tension on the line. And this is the one they'll make whistle holders out of. So this craft is why neck ID holders are called lanyards, because of this like whistle holder style. And it really is much more of a regular braid. It's a 4-strand tensioned braid. Yes. Yeah. And it also comes down to a lot of these kind of the end result is that they make lovely keychains when you braid them out of plastic crafting lace. but there's not a whole lot more you can work with. And the great thing about paracord is that you can just do whatever you would do with the plastic lace in the paracord.
What's paracord?
Oh, it's... Do I have any here?
Is that Sir Whitebat? Is that making crafts, comma, with people? Making crafts with colon people?
Yeah. Are you making crafts with colon people, or are you making crafts with people's colons?
That's the question that we want to know. Okay, fine. Thank you for the clarification.
Well, I would still probably buy your craft book. I would just be a little disappointed that there's no like lampshades or anything.
I mean, you do have that felting mask book.
That's true.
Which you can easily create horrors. So making crafts with groups. That's nice.
There's also apparently, and I've never played with this, if you can run a lighter over these and kind of blend the colors together a little bit, I've heard.
What?
But I've always been like, well, I just worked very, very hard to meticulously braid this little thing. Why would I melt it?
I mean, making those lanyards that's just old-timey 3D printing right there.
I mean, you can say that about any crafting, can't
That's
you?
True. It's very true.
Oh, here's a little bit of butterfly that I did out of sparkly string.
Ooh. These are so cool.
Thank you.
These are not much different than friendship bracelets. Like, you could easily, like, you're not that far from friendship, Cubby. You're so close.
No, I've dabbled in friendship bracelets. It just like, I think it was like, maybe I should have made the leap when I was younger and I had all the time and I could just like, just
it's
the whole
harder.
day making.
The older you get, the harder it is to make friendship bracelets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You just don't have the same amount of time to make friendship bracelets. And
right.
You're not going out. Like when I was a kid, anytime I went out, I would have a lanyard in my pocket so I could work on it if I got bored. But I don't go out as much. And are you going to make a friend?
And a lot of people feel like they already have as many lanyards as they're ever going to need.
Yeah.
So it's hard to, make new friendship bracelets.
That's also true. I will also confess that when I went to Burning Man, I gave lanyards out as playa gifts.
That's a good gift. That's useful. That's a very good gift. When I went to Kiwi Burn, which is the New Zealand Burning Man, I gave out little bottles of lavender spray water.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah,
that's very thoughtful.
Everybody really. It was a good gift on the playa.
Ginormous Unicorn. Do you mean the book will be made from people or the crafts?
Yes.
Because wow. Either way.
Lindsay, I have to agree with you. New Zealand is the best. I miss it all the time. For those of you, my family lives there. They moved there about 20 years ago, and I lived there for a little while as well. But now I'm back in the States. But the rest of my family is in New Zealand, which honestly I'm super thankful for. There's a lot I didn't have to worry about regarding my family over the last 2 years. But also, I miss them, and I don't know when I'm going to be able to see them again. But their Burning Man Kiwi Burn was great. It's only 4 days long, and it's in the woods, and there's a beautiful river with sort of a natural like water slide sort of built into it, and a big cliff that you can jump off of. Yeah, it was great. Had a great time. Went twice.
That's awesome. That's super awesome.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
Ha.
Ha.
Ginormous Unicorn. Will Video Casquette build their own churches to burn down once they go black metal?
Oh. Will they burn through the ditches?
Will they dig through the witches?
Yes. Thank you. Lindsay, it was on the North Island. Maybe like I think it was like an hour or a couple hours from Wellington, north of Wellington, out in the middle of nowhere. But unless you're asking, that's where Kiwi Brew were, and unless you're asking where my family lives, and both. So my little sister's in Auckland, and the rest of my family is down in Christchurch on the South Island. I lived mostly in the South Island. I love Christchurch. It's a great city.
Victorian hair art, I believe, is what you're talking about.
Yeah.
So, which is really cool, creepy stuff.
Yeah.
I'm convinced that Video Casquette is just putting together scale model churches, trying to use forced perspective to make them look real, and they're just burning those down.
Okay, good. I answered all your questions.
Oh yeah, Sir Whitebat. If you're making hair art in a Victorian style, you gotta respect the culture of mourning.
Or as I like to refer to it, heart.
So,
oh my God, I'm back.
There's just one thing that we really haven't done today.
And it's my favorite thing.
Oh, wait. There's multiple things. It's weird. We've been distractible today.
We have. I blame your hat. Oh, yeah. We haven't done Octopus News. We haven't done trivia. We did Talking Club, though. We did double Talking Club. We've never done that before. That was amazing.
And we did 2 Talking Clubs. We did Talking Club and then double Talking Club.
Right.
That's like double Talking Club.
Yeah.
It's like we're at a Tim Hortons.
Yeah, delicious.
I think we should rush into some trivia.
Timbits. Yes, let's do trivia.
All right, so this is TV edition. It is from the 80s. And the categories are classics, sitcoms, drama, kids and games, stars, and wild card. And opinions for anyone who wants to hear the answers right away, but I really like playing, so we're going to read all of the questions and then all of the answers.
Yeah, I like it that way too. I like that. I like it when you don't know all the answers. Ha 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 ha.
I just realized I need to be better about saying that's how we're going to do it.
Oh, right, because if anyone's new, it can be a little confusing.
Yeah, I personally have been terrible about that in the past, and I'm trying to do better. All right. Whose famous TV scolding of Senator Joseph McCarthy was, "Mr. Senator, have you no shame"?
Who said that?
Yeah, who said, "Mr. Senator, have you no shame"?
Well, I know the reference. I can't remember the name of the person.
That's why I'm so bad about explaining that it's always answers last, because I'm just used to it.
Hmm.
I'm trying to think of somebody who was, I mean, it had to be in the hearing.
I know.
So it was somebody who was brought up to the House of Un-American Activities.
Yeah.
I mean, Henry Miller comes to mind, but Henry Miller named names.
Yeah. And it wouldn't be
who's that real famous? True
Trumbo?
Trumbo.
But did they ever bring him to trial, or was he just like blacklisted?
I think Trumbo was brought up to the house. Very few people were quietly blacklisted.
Yeah.
I mean, because almost nothing was. There are several people who were very quiet about naming names. Ronald Reagan. Ronald Reagan didn't know anyone who was a communist and started naming names 5 minutes after they asked for it. He just started naming names. He didn't even know what it was for.
No, he was just like, you want names? I got names.
Yeah.
All right, let's go with Trumbo.
All right. What rule? Man, that word is. What rule? Los Angeles sitcom spun off from Green Acres and Petticoat Junction.
Oh, the one with Beverly Hillbillies?
No, I don't know if they were in the same world as Green Acres.
Yeah, I don't know either.
That was definitely the same like trend of America. It's really fascinating. America had this like obsession with hillbilly stuff. It might have been that though. I don't know.
Read it again. What is it? What rural?
Yeah. What rural Los Angeles sitcom spun off from Green Acres and Petticoat Junction?
I'm gonna go with Beverly Hillbillies.
It was actually, it's something that sounded naughty. It sounded entendre like, I think.
Oh. Mr. Ed.
That's it. Perfect. What sport did Jamie Summers play professionally before she became bionic?
Oh, I don't know. I never saw them. I've only ever seen the opening credits to the Bionic Woman. Let's see, but what was it? I'm gonna say tennis, because that was like the sport that was on the forefront of everyone's mind.
I mean, that's an incredible. Yeah, because the 70s were a great time for women's tennis.
Yeah.
The only counter argument to that I can think is the Bionic Woman married the $6 million man.
No, that's not true.
But
they should. That would be great.
I mean, track and field makes a lot of sense too.
Yeah,
tennis is really good.
But she does a lot of running.
Yeah.
So like track and field is a good guess as well.
What was the lowest priced question on the first Jeopardy board?
Great question.
Because this is before Alex Trebek.
Oh, geez. And I mean, do you think it's as low as like $5?
I feel like I'm probably gonna say 100, because that's the lowest I've ever seen it.
But it's been around for like a while.
Yeah, because it's an older show than I think we all realize.
Yeah, and like $5 in the 50s, that's like $50. Maybe more now. I'm going to say $5. That might be too low, but I'm going to say it anyway.
Who finally got top billing on Happy Days 6 years after its debut?
Ooh. Is it Ron? No.
No, because I think it's Henry Winkler.
I think you're right.
Because I think 6 years is like when Ron Howard left the show.
Ah, okay. Yeah, let's go with Henry Winkler.
And the last question on the card: what U.S. vice president talked Clayton Moore out of 2 of the Lone Ranger's silver bullets for his daughter?
All right. So who's? I mean, space. I mean, who? All right. Who was vice president when the Lone Ranger was on?
And they did not. Oh, I don't know. I was gonna say they probably didn't make it a president because it says vice president. Except it's also really clearly they were vice president when it was on the air.
Right. I don't really know my vice presidents.
I'm gonna say Nixon.
Okay.
All right. So here are the answer. Joseph Welch. Joseph Welch asked Senator McCarthy if he had no shame. You were correct. It was the Beverly Hillbillies.
Hey.
Tennis,
Yes.
$10.
Yeah. Oh, I was so close.
You were so close. Henry Winkler and Richard Nixon.
We did so well. I really thought we were going to get so many of those wrong, and we did really well. And Ginormous Unicorn was correct. $10.
Oh, nice. I like $3.50 as a guess.
$3.50. I'll take animals for $3.50.
Now, it was right about this time that I noticed the host of Jeopardy was a 5-foot, 100-foot tall dinosaur from the Paleolithic era. So Beverly Hillbillies, it turns out, was a shared universe with Petticoat Junction and
Green Acres.
Green Acres. I was going to say Hooterville, but that's where I think that's the town Petticoat Junction took place in, was called Hooterville.
Yeah, and I don't think there was a show named Hooterville.
So that's what that was a great guess. You did really good on that question, Shosh.
Green Acres is a place for me. Farm living is a life for me. That's not my wife. Wait, those aren't the words.
Yeah, they are now. That's not my wife.
In high school, I was in a production of The Crucible.
Condolences.
Thank you. Backstage, stuff happens, and so I started to write, The Crucible, the musical, and the first song was John Proctor is the guy for me. Puritan living is a life for me. That's not my wife. Goodbye, Puritan life. Letchery, here I come. And now I can't sing the Green Acres theme any other way.
It's I mean, I agree that is an upgrade to either the Green Acres theme song or the Crucible.
Right. It's basically the whole plot of the Crucible in one sentence.
All right. Now, there was some clamoring for some Octopus news, if you have any to share.
Well, when we were talking about Octopus news, I think we've decided to sort of expand it into just general Octopus facts, because there's actually not that much news on octopuses because, like, what else are we going to learn about them? They're smart. We already knew that. Not really too much news, but they have a lot of facts. So I would like to share with you some octopus facts.
And after all, Shoshi, what is news if not facts persevering?
Yep. Facts persevering. Okay. How many hearts do you think an octopus has?
100.
No.
1,000.
No.
1,000,000.
No.
2.
3.
I definitely got the range.
Yeah. Yeah. What color is an octopus's blood?
Blue?
It is. It's blue. It's copper based, just like crabs and horseshoe crabs.
Yeah.
Yeah. And unlike human blood, which is iron based, which makes it red, copper based makes it blue.
Because we're rusting.
And also, octopuses are actually more likely to crawl across the ocean floor than to swim, because when they're swimming, the organ, not the heart, but the organ that delivers blood, well, it is a heart, one of their 3 hearts. The heart that delivers blood to the organs stops beating while they're swimming, and it's very tiring. So they actually prefer to crawl rather than swim. So those are 3 octopus facts. I didn't know the one about the heart organ not going when they're swimming, which is pretty cool.
Wow. Because I have that.
Your heart stops beating when you swim?
Well, when I start like walking fast.
Oh yeah, your heart's like, ooh.
Yeah. My heart's like, no, don't do that. I can't do my thing and this at the same time.
And then you get tired.
Wait, we got raiders?
Oh, really? Nice. Thanks for raiding, everybody.
Wow.
Wow, right at the very end.
That's awesome. Welcome. If you like what you see, come back next Wednesday. We're here every Wednesday.
While you're here, let me give you one more really fascinating and scary octopus fact. Octopuses are carnivores, and they eat things like clams, shrimp, lobsters, fish, and sometimes even birds.
Huh.
Yeah.
You know what? I mean, I can believe it because birds will like just float on the ocean.
Uh-huh. And then whoomp.
And also like, have you all ever seen an octopus like on the ground?
Well, on like the floor of the ocean?
No, like outside of the ocean.
Oh, no.
Yeah, they do better in the water. So like if they get caught in a tidal pool or something, they can still get back to the ocean, but they can locomote on land
pretty
for
well.
Short periods of time, and it's surprising.
Now, are they holding their breath when they do that?
I mean, they must be.
Yeah. Octopi, man.
Yeah, man. It's crazy.
Wow.
Has an octopus ever killed a I mean, obviously. We can't tell you anything more about it, but there is no way that an octopus has never killed a human.
I know. It's got to, right?
Yeah, I don't know what the numbers are, but at least once.
According to no, according to Wikipedia, I I don't think there's any record of an octopus killing a human.
Right. That's fine. There's no record of it, but it's happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And some of them are poisonous, so, or venomous. So.
Yeah. Also, some are poisonous. Don't eat a random octopus that you find on the ground.
Yeah, don't just pick it up and pop it in your mouth.
Yeah. You've got no idea where that octopus has been.
Yeah.
See, that's the thing. Like, I gotta be like, an octopus could strangle. Like, if an octopus wanted to kill you, it seems like the best way would be strangulation. It would just crawl into your throat and block the passage.
It wouldn't even have to do that. It would just bite you.
Right. Well, if it were a venomous one.
Right.
Don't fall for it, ginormous unicorn. That's how they get you.
Yeah.
That's how they get you. But yeah, I'm super convinced. Like, there are the things that you can't prove. Like, I can't prove that deep in the Marianas Trench, there is a gargantuan lobster that is the size of a submarine that is just somehow managed to make it through all of its molts, and it's more than 1,000 years old, and it's down there, and it's horrifying to behold. I can't prove it's there, but I know it's there. I can't prove that an octopus has killed a human, but it's happened.
Although,
in my heart, I know it's true.
As was just pointed out by DM Shanks, and I just found this on Wikipedia as well, there's a blue ring octopus in Australia that is venomous and has killed people.
Boom. Perfect. And because we know that the octopus is so very smart, I'm going to have to think that at least once an octopus has committed premeditated murder.
For sure.
Like, it's killed out of annoyance.
I also like to think that that down with that giant lobster, there is best friends with a giant squid.
Well, how do you think it molted all those times? The giant squid helps him.
Yeah, it uses all its little arms to help its lobster friend.
Okay, are they best friends or do they love each other?
I mean, both.
I mean, I meant in love, but you're right.
Right. No, they're it's a platonic relationship, but it's real love.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. Like they're just super best friends.
It's like a Golden Girls thing.
Exactly. Yeah. That's true. That's actually the scariest thing that octopi can do.
Yeah. Yeah, the next time you get pulled into a wiki fight, you know what? Maybe double check that you're fighting a human.
Mm-hmm. And not just an Octopides.
Yeah.
Well, rays are more of like an emotional intelligence. And
what's great is that the more lighthearted a ray is, and the more welcoming it is as an individual, the faster it can swim. Hence the Madonna lyric, faster than a ray of light.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. They just get each other.
Yeah.
8 arms. Although, actually, that doesn't make sense because we have 10 arms, so clearly we're the faster typers.
Okay, Reverend Tommy, that is an excellent point.
Oh, yes, and we're also at time, so it might be a good time to do that now.
Yeah, we've got some rating friends, we've got some new people, so let's tell them what else. Okay, first, we all know what Steve would have said about it. He would have been like, "Oh, I gave you a speak there, mate. All is forgiven." He wouldn't hold it against the Rays, so we shouldn't hold it against the Rays. So Natural 21 has a bunch of shows throughout the week, and we're going to tell you about them.
Man Sam, that's good. Someone needs to hate those Rays.
Where is the schedule? It's someplace really handy. I'm being dumb, aren't I?
Oh, no, you just don't have information. That's not dumb.
Okay, well then I'm being silly, aren't I? Because that's a tendency. That is the problem with life, right? It varies greatly from thing to thing. That's terrible advice, ginormous unicorn.
Yeah.
Terrible, terrible advice. But also, you're not wrong.
You know what's interesting is that it's that we say, okay, so if you do something consistently, it's called a pattern, but you can't have a pattern unless there's layers of different things all mixed together. So a pattern is just repeating change. There's still change involved, though. If there was no change or fluctuation, it wouldn't be a pattern. It would just be a blank thing.
I mean, technically, an absence is a type of a pattern.
Oh, that's true. Good point.
But you're right. We don't really notice the pattern until it's a repeated change. Mm-hmm. So that's kind of what's essence of it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I guess that's the difference between a pattern and a habit.
All right. We can figure this out. Okay. So tomorrow morning, if you wake up nice and early, Shakespeare has a wonderful talk show. Tomorrow night, we've got Gothic Horror Gaming. Sundays are Savage Moon. Mondays are Modern with Prudence talk show. Glamour Hobo Bedtime Stories is on a brief hiatus. And Tuesdays are the main game. That's the big all-bard party, which is a Dungeons and Dragons game. It's basically the flagship show of the channel. Every Tuesday night, you get to see a bunch of incredibly talented Ren Fair performers play an all-bard party and get into trouble.
Oops, all bards.
And then, after a little while, right now it's on hiatus as our dungeon master and author is meeting some publishing deadlines. Wednesday nights will once again be Gablonia.
Hey.
Where you can see Shoshi and I run around as silly, cheese-obsessed goblins. Oh! I was wrong. That's why I didn't want to go off of my memory. But I will say, so right now, Tuesday nights is the Return to Sissel. Thank you so much, Reverend Tommy. No, because we didn't wear ears. So the difference is, we've got ears.
Yeah.
For when we're goblins. Except for now, because this isn't Gablonia.
No. And I don't have, we both would have ears.
I mean, goblins, it's a good time to be a goblin. And yes, let's absolutely be friends. Mansam. Your name is difficult to say, but I love it. So I'd say if you're not following this channel, you absolutely should give us a follow. Because there's tons of great shows all throughout the week. And we're like, yes, I am filled with regret. But regret has never made me undo a choice. So I'm just stewing in regret for the rest of the show.
Instead of regrets, I have egrets. They're a problem. They're very messy.
I think that sounds like a great idea, Swanson.
Oh no, I would never do that to you.
What? No, it's fun. Say Samus's name wrong.
Oh.
Yes.
No.
Say it like 1,000 whispering children.
I can't do it.
Yes, do it.
No.
Do it.
No. What happened? What just happened?
What was that?
What's going on? No.
Oh, no.
You're like Rumpelstiltskin. If anyone actually says your name correctly, you disappear.
And you don't get to keep the baby that you bargained.
I mean, thank goodness. Oh, that's just my reaction, though. If someone was like, oh, I'll give you all the riches you need. You just have to give me your firstborn child. I'd be like, oh, that sounds like a great deal.
I'm stealing this from the internet, but I do like there was somebody who's like, somebody should write a story about a witch that bargains away their firstborn and then also agrees to have a baby with a demon. And so they get all of the benefits of both deals, and then it's like, oh, here's the firstborn. By the way, it's a demon baby. Have fun.
Ha-ha! That's great. I like that. Also a good prompt for a character creation. Like, hello, I'm a tiefling. I was created in a bargain that my mother made with the demon. Be great.
Oh, or the mother could be a great playing character. You're a warlock, and you know the deal with your patron was worked out with that. So you have this weird demon kid out there who is probably gonna come back. That's probably gonna haunt you. Oh, here's my character, Dungeon Master. By the way, I have a child that I abandoned who's half demon and is being raised by Rumpelstiltskin.
Right.
I don't think that's something for us to worry about, but I'm just letting you know.
Just thought I'd mention it.
Yeah, I guess if you get any ideas of some way to use my incredibly powerful child who resents me in the campaign, I guess do it. I don't know. Good luck with that.
And on that note,
yes. On that note, we will be playing. Oh no! It's too late for Talk Club,
Johnny. No, we have to go.
We have to go. Did you spend points on? You did spend points on that. Okay.
All right. Really quick talking club. Quick, okay, grab one. We're gonna talk really fast.
It's gonna be so quick.
Okay, it'll be so fast. What's our subject?
Oh, you know what? I stole this one from the source, which is jobs.
Oh.
So,
jobs. Yeah, that's easy to talk about real fast. Jobs.
I will talk about it real fast.
Yeah, go.
Because I'm currently in the show Thicket from Altera Productions, and I have a couple of links that I can share. If anyone's interested, wants to know more, today Altera Productions is going to be posting some explanations of the show on their Instagram. So if you want to check out their stories, it's a great way to get caught up. Or if you go to thicketquest.com, that will also tell you about the show.
Jobs. Working. Love it. Hate it. The end.
Oh, I think you made some good points there, Shosh.
Thank you. Thank you. I like to think I did. Yeah.
What?
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 Huh?
That's Australian, right? That does sum up late stage capitalism nicely, Ginormous
Yeah.
Unicorn.
I mean, I guess you can live without them. Jobs are just like a middleman, basically. We could all just be like eating fruit, scratching animals.
That's weird.
Oh, Chookster. Oh, yeah, that makes
I
sense.
mean, it makes sense. It totally makes sense, but wow. All right.
Do you know what the ancient Egyptians' name for cats was?
I don't. What is
Meow.
Oh.
Which I think is what they should be called. You know, those mows. Those meows. Those meows over there. I love that. I mean, we're animals too. We're all just scratching each other. Look, what else are these fingers for? It's the best thing they do.
Well,
Scratching animals, picking fruit, touching each other with our hands.
they're so good at holding other hands.
That's true. They're good at holding other hands.
But it's great because they're pretty good at holding like the reflection. But if they can like get from the opposite direction,
Yeah.
they're so much better.
Oh, so nice.
Hands are so good.
Yeah, hands are pretty great. They're like a little squid on the end of each arm.
I have spent a lot of time imagining giving a bear scritches. Like a great big old grizzly bear, just you don't just want to like scratch their neck?
Oh my god, they would love it too. I mean, they rub up against trees because their backs are so scratchy. And if we were like, "Hey bear, I'm just here to scratch your back," they'd be like, "Great." You know, that's how it goes in my head. You know what though? I don't mess with bears. I'm just gonna leave them alone and let them scratch their own backs.
Right. I mean, you know,
I'm gonna figure out where a bear needs to be, and then I'm not gonna be there.
That's the best bear advice.
Yeah.
That I've ever heard.
Yeah. Some things just figure out where they want to be and then just don't be there, and everything will be fine. They're not there all the time. They hibernate. I can be there when they're hibernating.
Do you think they'd like some hibernation scritches?
No, I do not think they would.
Well, it seems like there's only one way to find out.
Right, exactly. Like bees. Like bees are great and I love them. And then you just like, you wait till they're not there and then it's fine.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Also, very helpful, I've found. If there's a lot of bees around you don't want them to be there, just very gently wave your hand around you and go away, bees, not right now. And it really works. They just go away.
Oh.
Like, I swear to you, it really works. Oh, you like, just very gently, like really gently just wave your hand and be like, no, not right now, bees, go away. And they literally just fly away from you.
That's amazing.
I mean, don't hold me to that, because if you go around like stepping on bees' nests, I can't guarantee that's going to work. So, But yes, exactly. That's what I'm saying, Sir Whitebet. Bees are way more chill than we give them credit to. Yeah.
That is really good advice.
Yeah.
I like that it implies that bees know that we do this because we want them to go away, but when we do it fast, it's just very frustrating for them.
Well, I mean, we're the same way. Like if someone comes like this to me at a nice slow pace, I'm like, yeah, fist bump. Someone brings it this real fast.
You're just gonna freak out
Mm-hmm.
because you don't know what's going on. Like,
don't know
why are
what's
you
going
doing
on.
this? So
Yeah.
bees are like, oh, this is a bad area to be in. It's just they just don't have the time to get it. So if you're just like, go away, bee.
Hey, bees, go away. They're like, oh, not for me. Doodle-doodle-doodle-doo. That's not a flower.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm gonna go take a nap in a flower. Because they do that. They take little naps in flowers.
That's too much. That's too cute.
They're all
right.
covered in pollen.
It's time for us to go. We love you all. This has been like one of the best crafting things yet, I think.
Yeah, I think we should say goodbye as bees do through the language of dance. And also, I'll be putting the outro bumper on.
Yes.
Which will tell everyone about all of the other great shows that we have here at Nat 21.
Heck yeah.
And they will do a much better job than I did.
We appreciate your effort, though.
Thank you. It was quite fop sweatish, if I say so myself.
Well, you have the hat for it.
So thank you everyone for dropping by. This was so much fun.
Yeah,
and
this is awesome.
I hope to see all of you next Wednesday.
Yeah, thanks for the raid and for the people who stayed.
Yeah.
Take care of the bears. Bye.
Bye.